the Nats didn't need to win last night. After losing the first two, any thoughts of taking HFA throughout the playoffs, or through the NL side at least, were pretty much dashed, and the Nats were all but officially set in the 2 spot. However, the Nats still wanted to show they could beat the Dodgers, something they failed to do in the first 2 games with reasonable lineups. The difference Sunday was they didn't trot out Edwin Jackson or AJ Cole. They brought Strasburg to the mound. If they failed to beat Law this time, that would resonate. But they did, and Bryce took BP before the game. Now some bad news, as Bryce is aiming not toward coming back in the regular season, but for the first game of the NLDS. That's an extra 5 days of recovery for him, and it seems like he is conceding he will probably need that. The Nats are still good without Bryce, but it can't be denied that the offense is less potent without a healthy Bryce. Let's hope for nothing but good news in Bryce taking the field for that final regular season series. Taking a look around the league, what could have been a weekend that set up a furious finish instead solidified what we already knew. Along with Law putting distance between them and the Nats, the Cubs swept the Cardinals, effectively closing them out. Milwaukee failed to make up ground on Colorado. The Yankees failed to make up ground on Boston. Only the Angels made up a game on the Twins, while the Royals, Rangers, Orioles, and Rays all spun their wheels, and the Mariners lost a game. Where we stand now in terms of interesting games, the Brewers still haven't been knocked out of the NL Central, though at 4 games out it's close to dire. The saving grace is a 4-game set with the Cubs starting Thursday. If they can do what the Cardinals could not, and not immediately make the series moot, then it could be a fine finish with the Cardinals given chance to spoil the Cubs season at the end, or spoil the Brewers one. The Brewers are also 2.5 out from the Rockies, whose difficult schedule has gotten significantly easier with SFG South Dakota and MIA lined up before the Dodgers to end the year. While no one was looking at them, they swept the Dodgers and took the first 2 in Arizona in a 4-game series to set themselves up nicely for the finish. Milwaukee, on the other hand, has the aforementioned Cubs series and a Cardinals one. You have to like the Rockies' chances, but it's close enough to warrant a glance. If the Rockies pull away, that isn't all bad, because it makes the NL Central winner out. In the AL, the Red Sox still haven't put away the Yankees, despite being crowned at least 3 times in the past month. However, they keep playing good ball and keep the Yankees at bay. With no H2H games left, the Yankees' chances at a division title are beginning to boil down to needing an epic run or an epic crash. Still, despite being closer and featuring better teams, it's a less compelling race than the NL Central one, with the lack of H2H games and the fact the loser is almost guaranteed a WC spot. The second WC spot in the AL is down to 2 teams, as everyone else in the AL that was in contention can barely bring themselves to play .500 ball. Which is fair, because they are a bunch of barely .500 teams. The Angels are 2 games behind the Twins, who are 4 behind NYYF. The Angels have a killer week lined up with Houston and Cleveland. Their saving grace might be that the Twins have a couple tough series left themselves, with the Yankees next and Cleveland in a week. Even though I'd all love some important games here, the likely scenario is the Angels lose a game or 2 of ground this week and are just too far out to make a real play in the final one. We'll see though. Tonight the big game is the WC preview, Yankees-Twins. Other games of interest: Brewers need a win versus the Pirates, and Kershaw is pitching tonight after missing the Nats.